As I left my home for the St. Louis airport, I knew I would not return for over 4 months. I was ready to leave everything behind to experience a new environment, a new country, a new excitement in my life. I arrived at the airport while it was still dark in the sky, not yet dawn. There were few cars busying the highway, so the ride was quicker than usual. As I stepped out into the Midwest January air, it bit me. My frozen hand clasps the handle of my suitcase as I roll it to the baggage drop. When asked for my final destination today, I say Athens, Greece. The attendee at the baggage drop station seems shocked that someone is traveling so far in the winter. Most people from St. Louis would travel to Europe in the warm summer months. After saying my goodbyes to my mother for what will be the longest period of time I have gone without her, I make my way to the boarding gate. This will be the lengthiest flight I have ever been on, and I dread being filled with boredom and sleeplessness for the next 14 hours. The one thing that makes the trying plane ride worth it is that once I step off the aircraft, I will be in Greece. Athens, Greece. This is the first time I will be leaving the United States, and I am bubbling over with eagerness and joy to see a whole new part of this world.
The wind whipped through Plaka with ease, wrinkling the This Is Sparta t-shirts on Adrianu Street, pinballing through the narrow alleys of Anafiotika, and shooting up the face of the Acropolis. It felt hostile, shoving me and my 2 roommates forward on what was supposed to be a wistful procession through the heart of the city. My eyes were restless, tracing up the pastel facades of each of the low-rise buildings and blinking when they reached the top, as if to capture a photo. Connor wrapped the last third of his gyro, which he had been savoring since he left Grill and Pita in Pangrati, and stuffed it in his bag. Leaf stared down at the stone road, straightening up occasionally to share a memory from the past 2 months. We mostly walked silently, though, passing through the familiar streets like ghosts.
Nicholas walked down the stairs and stopped at the edge of Eratosthenes Street. There was a gap in the endless stream of taxis, and he darted across the street, dodging a stray motorcycle and laughing as the rider yelled "Ante Gamisu" after him. He walked past his father's old icon shop and the Indian-owned convenience store, now a coffee shop and a stationery store, their window displays glinting attractively. Nicholas slipped up Ivycoo, a thin side street, passing a seafood taverna and a lively bar, the young people chatting and laughing at the outdoor tables, until he got to a quiet bend in the alleyway. Colorful graffiti crept up the sides of the Polykatoikia. Happy leftist, a crossed-out swastika, and smashed the patriarchy above a neon-pink vagina. He reached into his bag and took out a small stencil, stained in a rainbow of colors for multiple uses. He held it against the wall with one hand, and with the other pulled a black can of spray paint from his backpack, covered the stencil in paint until he pulled it away and left 2 small words glaring on the wall: "Fuck Airbnb." As he exited the garden, and with it a beautiful honey-sweet smell of leaves, the full glory of Syntagma stretched up before him, the epitome of a vibrant public space. It was pulsing in the heat, a wild dance of people and animals, sounds and smells. There was a homeless man sitting on the marble steps, head resting on his knees, his arms dripping with sweat. Beside him sat a group of university students, watching a woman selling roses below them. Beggars sat on the low wall, smiling in the warming light as they ate kaloria. Toward the metro station, he could see the last remaining protesters, their signs gleaming in the bright sun. Couples danced, laughing and shining red in the heat, as an older man played Zorba dance on the accordion. A group of suit-wearing professionals stood under the shade of a tree, watching the people around them with wild-eyed fascination, almost innocence. Children chased the birds, and dogs chased the children. The buildings stretched up around the square, and to Nicholas they looked like a wall of safety, protecting Syntagma from the never-ending realities of a constantly changing city. For now, it was perfect. In this heat wave, everything was.
I feel that the Jasmine Building and I have a mutual understanding of each other, once holding so much promise for a future bright with intellect and success. We both have been abandoned and left for uncertain endings. like the bed bugs that crawl over our sheets during the night. I am searching for sustenance and shelter in a world where I am not welcome. I cling to the hope that, though this is just a moment in time, someday I will find my place and purpose. The Jasmine Building was made for classrooms, not dormitories. Likewise, I was made to be a soccer player or a doctor, not an asylum seeker. Suddenly, the distressed tarps and sheets hung on the columns of the overhang, below in the cool fall breeze, which also whips my hole-filled t-shirt against my body, again reminding me of the frigid days right around the corner. I watch as my peers run inside for their classes, led by our mothers, to start. Not me, though. I'm going to the nearby square to see what I can bring home for my little family. This deserted building may give us shelter, but it does not give us food or medicine. Nevertheless, we have an agreement, this forsaken school and me. I give it purpose again, and it gives me the temporary asylum we are seeking.
The rising contemporary city of Halandri is located in the capital of Athens, Greece. It is occupied by an overwhelmingly large population of 70,000 residents and migrants combined. This neighborhood is made up of several long pedestrian streets filled with busy cafes and cocktail bars surrounding the well-known Greek Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas. The endless amount of orange trees lined up keep this area nice and shaded. Little did I know that just deciding 1 month prior, this was going to be my first of many adventures through the sunny heart of the powerful civilization of ancient Greece that is filled with contemporary life.